Okay. All right. Oh no, what's happening?
We're so technological. Oh, I can
Hold on,
see.
I gotta fix something. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. Technical difficulties.
Technical
Oh,
difficulties here.
I can see the edge of Bonka's head.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
Are we audible right now?
We are audible right now.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
I'm gonna look for Seneca's field of vision and fly into it.
I'm not sure what's going on with
There we
this
go.
thing.
There we go. There I am. Oh wait, I was in the field of vision.
Oh.
Hold on. This is a process. I see my foot.
Okay. This is really. Oh,
I'm so entertained by all of this.
Wait, no, that's.
Oh wait, you're backwards. No, you're not.
No. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Well, while I get this situated, welcome everybody.
Welcome. Excitement.
This is okay. There we go. We're black out, and now I'm gonna go to this, and it still has not fixed. So that's cool.
Bonks, I just realized you can tell which side is the front because the helmet is a little longer in the back. Look, it's got an extra row of pixels.
Oh, I see.
Aiden and Bianca are trying to figure out which side of my skin is the front and which side is the back.
Seneca's skin is very Seneca doesn't have a face.
Hold on, let's see if that fixed
us.
It didn't. So, why am I
moving.
so zoomed in?
I don't know. I noticed that. You're extremely zoomed. Oh wow.
Oh, it's only getting a corner of your screen.
Yeah.
It's only got the top right corner of your screen, my guy.
We lost 2 of our viewers.
Oh,
wait, I fixed it. I think I've
Oh, you fixed it right in time for us to lose our viewership.
Alright. Here we go.
Oh, hello.
I have
welcome.
Welcome everyone.
Wait, I'll let me get rid of the TNT and I'll wave. I'm Aiden. And this is Seneca. This is Bonka. Seneca's watching us.
Hello.
This is Bonka.
Hello, everybody.
Seneca's watching us. I'm Bianca.
I am watching.
We match.
Alright, so now we can actually get started. Welcome to the Theater Dev Team stream. This is Aiden, Broken Baker OG over here. This is Bianca, aka Bonka5. And I'm Seneca, and also known as on the server. Well, I'm on. We all have our nicknames on the server. But, yeah. And today we're just gonna kind of be going through our new and improved theater camp. Give you guys a tour of the server. Talk a little bit about the development process, what we've been up to with it, and our inspiration and our goals and whatnot. Realize I should probably be checking. We
have a hello in the chat.
Hello.
Hi there.
_799. How is everybody doing? Aiden, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I had ice cream right before this.
Wow.
I was speed eating ice cream and it was coffee ice cream. Ooh, so I am.
That sounds delectable.
Up. I am ready.
Sugar rush.
Oh yeah.
Bonks, how about you?
Oh yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I love theater. I love the big stage and what we're going to show today.
Yay! We also have our uniforms on, which is our hard hats and our work boots, because we're OSHA safe here.
Exactly.
I actually have a hard hat without the hard hat, but I wanted to fit in.
We want to keep you extra safe, so we have you wear 2 hats.
Extra safe. So up here we have a map of our map, and there's some other things you aren't going to be able to check in or see from this map, and we'll go take a look at those. But we're, as you can see, starting off right here in our spawn room, which is our library. And we also have our main path here, which connects most of our building areas. We also have Franklin the free build turtle, who's over here. And we have our reflection room, staging Simon Says, which we'll take a look at in a little bit, our set building room, our black box theater, our improv area, the globe theater, our amphitheater, and right about here, beneath the floor, is our proscenium theater that we'll take a look at in a little bit, as well as another couple spaces we'll be exploring.
Maddie _799 says, I want ice cream now. Me too. I know I just had some. I want more. Ice cream is a wonderful thing.
I had a really great Twix bar ice cream thing last night.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It was like a Twix bar, but instead of just like, you know, wafer or cookie or whatever, it had like vanilla ice cream in it, and then it also had the caramel and the cookie bits, and then it was surrounded. It was like the chocolate. Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Feeding up to Bonka. Hi, Bonka.
Hello.
All right.
The chocolate bars.
All right.
Do we want to go on tour, like go day by day?
Yeah, let's go day by day.
Woo!
So our camp is a 5-day program, 1 day a week, or I mean 1 day every day of the week. Sorry, I forgot how time works. I guess.
Program. It's a 5-day program, so theater occurs for 1 week, once a day for 5 days, 90-minute sessions of theater.
Yes.
Theatrical things.
It's
lovely.
Yes. Aiden, do you want to give us the lowdown on the general structure of our camp?
Of course. So the goal of our program is to teach our campers about the history of theater, just go from the basics of, you know, what is theater, and talk about some famous theaters and some famous theatrical figures. Hello, Green Splatter. Howdy, howdy.
Oh my
Hello,
gosh.
Green Splatter. How are you doing?
In the chat. So we'll go from that, and then we'll go more into personalized theater. We'll have our campers choose their own script and edit this script, and then they will build their own set and rehearse and finally perform a play, which is very fun, very exciting, and yes, it's so cool. And Green Splatter says in the chat, drinking coffee, eating cotton candy. That is an interesting combo.
Let me see. Drinking
I'm
coffee.
very
intrigued.
That sounds delicious. That sounds like a lot of sugar, but also really yummy. So
What do you think would happen if you put cotton candy in your coffee?
I think it would not
It'd
taste good.
disappear.
It would just
It would dissolve.
Well, yeah, but it would be like putting sugar in your coffee.
Yeah, except it's like, I guess.
A cotton candy frap at Starbucks. Ooh,
Cotton sugar.
intriguing. I feel like
That's
that's got to be way too sweet.
That's yeah.
Oh, hello, Blue Spirit _23. Golly gosh, I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
A mystery.
Oh, no. They might put us in the breakout rooms. Hello.
Welcome, everyone.
We have an Easter egg for Blue Spirit.
I'm just excitedly running around in circles. I'm so
Yes.
excited. Okay,
All right, so let's
Should we
tour
what-
for day one.
tour for day one. So
this is. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the way our the way our curriculum is split up, basically day one, campers are gonna do a history lesson essentially and learn about Greek theater, and like, you know, the origins of Western theater, so a Greek amphitheater and where that kind of theater originated from, and then like the architecture around it, and then they're gonna learn about sort of like some improv stuff. And then now we'll talk about this once we get into some more work related things, because we're going to take this time to actually do some dev work. But we're adjusting our curriculum to spread out the history a bit more, so that way campers have more time to absorb the material. So day two, then, correct me if I'm wrong, Aiden, they would move on to the Globe Theater in London, which, you know, Shakespeare, kind of an important dude in theatrical history.
Willie Shakes.
Willie Shakes, Billy Boy Shakespeare. And then they'd get a chance to explore the Globe, because we built that, as you can see right there. And then the Proscenium Theater, which is like a more modern style theater, they'd get a chance to explore as well. Yes. And they'd learn about like more contemporary theater and whatnot.
Yeah, it's currently under development. We're in the midst of testing out our curriculum, so we're considering changing around the order of a few things just to give our kiddos some more time to see the sights of our server.
Yes.
As it is. So where do we want to start, Seneca?
can start with think like 2 theaters to tour for the first day.
Absolutely. I think that sounds excellent. Bonks, would you like to walk us over there?
Yes, hold on. Let me just check the pathway real quick. Okay, follow me. There's many pathways.
There are many pathways.
That's my fault. I got a little carried away. I got really excited about the idea of building themed pathways. This is the main pathway, by the way. So this is the pathway that'll connect to the vast majority of our locations. Actually, cool thing about our world, you can't stand on the edge. If you fly up, you can see our entire world is suspended. So all of our locations, our different theaters are just suspended in the middle of nowhere. We've got we've affectionately termed it the void.
Yes.
It's just kind of our flooring of concrete lapis and sea lanterns, which Seneca made with a really cool command that basically allows you to create an area and just randomize the blocks within it so it looks a little more varied. So we did not have to do all that by hand. And I, for one, think it looks absolutely awesome.
I think it would have been more impressive if you told them I did it all by hand. But
well, I was about to tell them I did the pathways all by hand, so I get bragging.
Yeah, you do get bragging rights.
I'm special.
So here we have the Black Box Theater, and as you can see, if you walk here, well, you can't walk outside because we put barrier blocks everywhere. But Seneca created really cool custom platforms under each build. And it really gives each build a personality. Yeah. So we can enter the Black Box Theater.
The whimsical one, because I created a rainbow pathway, and Seneca was like, you know what? I'm gonna one up that.
I don't think I did that, but so this is our Black Box Theater. Some fun facts about Black Box theaters.
Words are hard.
They became more popularized in the past 80 years. And they're really, really useful in just everyday theater because they're really mobile. It's not very well represented in this particular build just because we don't really have wheels, but most black box theaters have really adjustable seating, and so you may have bleachers set up like this in one black box theater, or you might have theater in the round where the stage is in the center, or you might even have seats in the center and performers perform around you. Black box theaters are really useful because they focus on the performer a lot, and there isn't typically as much emphasis on the spectacle. I'm not gonna. We don't really delve too much into that in our curriculum, just because it would be a little complicated to go into Aristotle's whole bit on theater. But,
allegory of the cave.
well, he had some rules that he wanted followed regarding theater. But spectacle is one of those, and he basically had a tier list, and as a theater in terms of spectacle, that was more like a B or C tier priority for him. So black box theaters really focus on performance as opposed to set and spectacle. So that's your history.
I wanted to do a quick check-in with the chat. Green Splatter says, "Ooh, pretty," and Maddie_799 says, "Wow." I'm assuming that's all in response to our lovely world. And Green Splatter says, "The ninja of theaters." That's great. Oh my god,
the stealthiest of all of
that.
Yeah,
stealth theater.
The other ones are very large.
Bonks, you want to do the line?
Which line?
Here, I'll get in the audience. You got the skull.
Oh yes.
Oh, here I will.
Not the right theater, but
to be or not to be. I can perform this in any of the
theaters. Every theater, Bonks has to.
Every theater, Bonks must demonstrate theatrics. And Grandfather says, "You blink and it disappears." Oh my goodness.
It really does. The other ones, you can't miss them. This one you might.
Stealth mode theater. That's why we put it on a rainbow platform.
Yeah, we were like, we gotta make sure you see it.
Take away.
Alright. Bonks, would you like to take us to our next venue?
Of course. Is it the amphitheater?
Yeah, we'll just go in order. So we'll go with
in order from archaic to modern.
Yes.
Okay. So we do have these long pathways, and you might be asking, why have a pathway when you can warp? Okay, you can see Aiden has 5.
I'm cheating.
5 feet. But
I'm cheating.
yeah, we really wanted kids to have a chance to like run around, just really explore the world. I should probably set my fly speed to 5 as well. But oh, I guess I'm just a little slow. But yes, here's our amphitheater. Over here. It's a beautiful place, and I think our theater major here can give a better rundown on its history than I do.
That's me. If you're wondering why I'm on this whole fun team, that's probably why. So this is our Greek amphitheater, modeled after no particular one, but it's pretty cool. The cool thing about amphitheaters is that they are really in terms of modern and contemporary theaters that you see in today's I can hear myself echoing somewhere. Sorry, it's getting distracting. But
I have headphones, so you're echoing from me.
Maybe it's coming from my OBS.
Speak.
Hello. Okay,
Hello.
I can't hear myself anymore. We're good.
I don't hear it anymore.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, basically Greek amphitheaters are really cool because they are sort of like the foundation for what we know as modern contemporary theaters today. Sonically speaking, sound-wise, the cool thing about Greek amphitheaters is that they were built into hills, so they sound traveled upwards really well, which made people sitting up here even have good seats because they could hear what people down there were saying, performers. You also have something called the Skine or the Skine, which is basically this big, I'll put, I don't know, we'll do this thing. From here to here is what we now call the Proscenium Arch, which is essentially a big frame for the stage. And that's actually, if you've ever heard of the term like breaking the fourth wall, when actors, acknowledge the audience or acknowledge that they're in a play, or their characters acknowledge that. That's called breaking the fourth wall because there are 1, 2, 3 walls, and the proscenium arch is what's called the fourth wall. And when the actor, looks out and is like, ha ha ha, or in any of the Shakespearean tragedies or even comedies, there are things called asides where a character will speak to the audience. That's called breaking the fourth wall because they're acknowledging the audience and looking past the proscenium arch. In terms of how theater originated in Greece, its earliest traces go back to performances in honor of the Greek gods and their deities, specifically Dionysus, who was the god of wine and parties and grapes, I think, and stuff. He was big on that.
Dionysus.
Yeah. They really liked him because they liked parties and liked wine and whatnot, and they wanted to be blessed in that facet. So they would basically put on plays and festivals in honor of him, in hopes that they would have, a good season of grapes and harvest and also parties.
We have our lovely singers.
Yes.
We have our Gregorian choir that we quickly created.
we may or may not have just thrown in. Green Splatter asked in the chat, wait, why are you both chocolate skins? Well, you see, there are 2 main reasons for this. One is that Boggs and I are best friends. I'm kidding. And second of all is that Seneca, hold still, is that if both of us stand with Seneca, Boggs, I'm coming. If both of us stand with Seneca, then you have a chocolate-covered pineapple.
So,
a tasty treat.
In theater development, during the weeks, we had our appreciation weeks for each of us. So for that week, I decided to try to match with Aiden, and I haven't changed ever since.
I was the original chocolate bar.
Yeah,
so
Bonsi Old Skin used to be that dog, the Walter
dog.
Walter dog.
Walter dog.
um.
Walter dog. Cows.
Oh yeah. So, Aiden, you want to give us a little intro to these Johns?
Yeah, sure. So I decided that I wanted to add some funny special touches to all of our theaters to make it a little more fun, a little more immersive, a little more entertaining for our campers, for our kiddos. So what I did is I added shopkeepers in all of the worlds that sell Easter eggs. So there are two in this one. There's Homer, who sells a abridged version of the Odyssey that I wrote. And then there's Hesiod, who sells an abridged version of the Theogony, which I also wrote.
Aiden did not write the Theogony and did not write the Odyssey, but she wrote the abridged version.
I wrote a summed up version of both stories, which were written by Homer and Hesiod, respectively. And I wrote them into Minecraft books.
Yes.
That are now sold by cows.
Yes.
At the amphitheater. For
cows
your
were sacred
entertainment
animals.
And reading pleasure. Blech, words.
Yes.
Words are hard.
So, yeah. That's essentially our Greek amphitheater.
Next theater!
We're gonna move on to our next theater, yeah. If you also in our worlds we've hidden our skulls around the various areas.
If you can spot them, I will be entertained.
Yes.
Let us know in the chat if you spot a hidden head.
It's like a hidden Mickey.
Here, wait, I'll over here. Come over here and I will show you. I will lay out all the heads that you could be looking for.
Yes. There are 4 actually.
There are
only being
4.
3 of us.
There are 4 because I have 2 skins that I used to have. So these are your 4 heads that are hidden somewhere upon the server. If you can spot them, let us know. And we will be very happy. I don't think we can give you anything. We'll just be very happy.
Yeah.
So Maddie asked in the chat, how long did everything take to build?
Great question, Maddie.
How long have we been? Hold on. I'm going in the chat.
Oh my, there's not a barrier block here.
Oh my, that
I almost died.
I caramba.
Good spot there.
Right here, we covered it.
A while ago. We have been building this world for quite a while.
Oh, we don't have log enabled yet.
Yeah, we thought it would take a lot less time than it ended up taking because we kept going, oh, but what if we added this cool detail to it? So every time we were like, yeah, we're done. We were like, okay, but hear me out. What if we added something even cooler?
Such as
so that
this floor
that
and the walls
to be rather long.
Yes.
I'm looking back. I know the Romping Room was one of the first things we built.
I think that was.
Oh yeah,
that was like the second day.
Yeah.
That we ever started building.
Speaking of which, why don't we check out the Romping Room?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. I want you guys to know I'm at the beginning of March and we're still. So I think all of March and all of April we have spent building this world. So this is
2 months of progress.
2 months of building.
Yes.
Oh,
hello, Brooklyn Baker.
Okay. Kidding. Hello.
You've been kidnapped.
This was one of the first things we ever built.
Mm-hmm.
This was because of a request that I made. So, for context, the reason that I'm part of the theater development group, Seneca's a theater major. I used to teach the original theater curriculum, and I would always get a little stressed just because there was so much to get done. And I always felt like I had ideas for how I could make it even more fun, make it a little less stressful for myself, and make it more fun for the kiddos. So that's why I'm here, is to make it fun. And so this specific room is kind of based off of something about me, which is that during the presentations, I like to make sure that my campers can run around and explore. So this is a zone that was built specifically for the campers to run around and explore. Oh yeah, no, it's actually $75.99 for a tub of popcorn. Green Splatter said in the chat that popcorn costs $40. So this is what we have called the Romping Room. It is a movie theater. So it's an area for the campers to hang out. They can sit in the chairs, pretend to have some popcorn with their non-branded soft drink custom heads. And we also have the hallway.
Oh yeah. This is pretty cool. I have to
Beppis and Sprout.
Yeah, I have to edit this because fun thing that I did a couple of days ago is there's a command you're not supposed to run on mostly any server. That's and I'm just gonna I won't actually do it, but it's / like kill all entities.
Don't you dare.
Fun command. You shouldn't run it on any server, but definitely not one where you have hundreds of item frames and paintings and armor stands.
and guess who was the one to place said paintings and item frames and armor stands? It was me!
It was you.
It was me. It also killed the mine carts that I used to make interactable chairs.
It did. This is our lobby.
On that note, this is our lobby. We have a stat counter, concession stand. So this is, again, another Easter egg. So this guy sells some custom heads by using secret money, which is a trade that we've set up for the server where the counselors will have secret money and they can give it to the campers, mostly as an incentive thing of like, hey, if we do this activity, everyone gets 5 secret monies, and then you can buy yourself a hamburger and wear it on your head.
Yeah, if you want to be a Sprite can, this, or like a non-specified soft drink, this is
a Sprout.
Yes. Yeah, and since the kids are mostly going to be in survival, so if you come over here, Cedrica, the kids can actually get some roast chicken
or
bread and
or
cookies.
Potato. You know when you go to the movie theater and you're like, man, I really wish I had a baked potato right now. Now you get one.
An entire pumpkin pie. So we do have free and available foods for the campers to get and consume, but we also sell fun heads. I'm wearing one now. I've been consumed by my hamburger. And we also have a nice little view of the street outside.
Yes. We got the combination Taco Bell and Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Affectionately dubbed the Pizza Putt.
The Pizza Putt.
We'll go through and take a gander.
That, yeah. So basically, the idea that I had was I wanted it, when we built this, I was like, ooh, hey, what if it looked like there was a street outside to make it super immersive? So we built some buildings outside. We have the Daily Bugle with J. Jonah Jameson in his office.
That is J. Jonah Jameson if you'd like to see. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go.
You gotta go up a little higher.
He doesn't. Oh, yeah, he does sell stuff. Why does he? Oh, because he's a real trader, right? He's a real villager.
He's a real villager.
I ask this every time I see him.
Hello,
J.
he's a
Jonah
real
Jameson.
boy. J. Jonah Pinocchio. Green Splatter said bro, and then in all caps, bro, and then PogChamp mood. Okay. Very nice. I'm assuming that people are approving of our builds.
I'd hope so.
I hope so. We worked very hard on them. We also have some restrooms.
Yes. If you're in need of a gender-neutral bathroom, this is the place to go.
Exactly. We just thought of all the fun little details that a camper could explore without distracting themselves. So, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
So, why don't we move along to our day 2 theaters?
Yeah.
So,
should we stop by the improv area real quick?
Yeah, let's
yes, improv.
Let's go
back to the library and go down the path.
Yes.
I'm proud of that path.
Aiden wants to get this path as much airtime as possible.
Listen, I made them by hand. I'm very proud. I love them.
They're your children.
Love them like your own.
They're my children. They're my children. My children are my path. So we got the main path, which is kind of made to match the void, and then we got this central quartz path because Angela, I'm bad at world edit. I'm bad at world edit, so I was like, what if I just did it by hand? I think I did some world edit actually, but most of it was by hand. So this is the Improv Zone. Oh.
Do you wanna? Yeah.
Okay, I did that.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
I did the thing. Okay.
Yeah, I was observing.
Quick little technical thing. All good.
Yeah.
Bonks. Run to
Hello,
us.
I'm back. I did the thing and I came here.
So this is our Improv Zone. This is actually kind of similar to something that was in the original theater camp world and curriculum. The original theater world was very open-ended, but what it did have was one taxi cab, which was kind of similar to this one. I've kind of recreated it. And it's for an improv game, because the first day of the original theater curriculum, and our first day still does, engage in some improv activities for the campers to just kind of learn a little bit about what improv is like and learn how it can be used as a warm-up for different types of theaters. So we have 3 pre-made improv games for the campers, although there is a stage for other games to be done. So the first one is Taxi Cab, where you have 2 campers. One will be the driver, the other will join and be the passenger. The driver will start a conversation with the passenger, and the passenger will respond, and they have to improvise an entire conversation. Just for context, improv is a type of theater that is done without any scripts or rehearsal. It's just kind of off the cuff, created on the go, and it can be very, very entertaining if you panic and blurt the first thing and then everyone else has to go along with it. So the driver starts the conversation, the passenger will respond, and they'll have a conversation for a while, and then the driver will exit the taxi cab, and the passenger will go up and become the new driver, and a new passenger will come in. The new driver will start the new conversation with the new passenger, and the cycle will continue for all of the campers. So that one's pretty fun. We also have a story wall, which is kind of the Minecraft equivalent of those games that maybe some of you have played in a class or a theater program before, where everyone gets a few signs and they can put one word on each sign and they have to build a story. So that can usually end up very funny, a little Mad Libsy. Is always entertaining. And then my personal favorite, this used to be functional chairs. I'm going to be fixing this today, actually.
I'm sorry.
Part of my work. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to point it out every time I can. I'll stop if you want me to.
No.
But this is one of my favorite improv games called Interview. Actually, do we want to do an interview?
Let's do an interview.
Let's do an interview. Do you want to be the interviewer or the interviewee?
You know, I'll be the interviewer.
Okay, so I'll be the interviewee. So let me explain for the viewers. So this improv game, Interview, is actually fairly simple. So you have an interviewer and an interviewee. The interviewer will begin the conversation and they will ask the interviewee, "Hello, welcome. Now tell me why you're applying for this job." And they'll make up a job that the interviewee is applying for. The interviewee has one goal in this game, which is to be the least qualified candidate they can possibly be. And they will go back and forth. The interviewer will ask questions, the interviewee will give responses, and they need to seem as unqualified as they possibly can be. So we are going to do a round of interview for your viewing pleasure. So,
Yes.
Seneca.
All right, well, welcome to this interview. I'm really pleased that you've made it to this made it through this process. Now tell me, why are you interested in being a bear trainer?
Well, you know, I think it all started when I was young, and I saw an ad for Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires, and I was terrified. That was the scariest thing I'd ever seen in my life. A bear? Oh my goodness, I was terrified by them. And yeah, since then I've been scared of anything with fur, and I scream and run away anytime I see one.
I see. So are you comfortable with like tranquilizers and being in close contact with these kind of animals then?
Oh no, not at all. I'm terribly afraid of needles as well. I doesn't even have to be one for me. I just pass out the moment I see them. And I this is actually also related to my childhood. I was getting an allergy test and I passed out when they poked me with a needle. I found out I was allergic to animal fur that day too.
Interesting. Interesting. And are you capable of paperwork in any capacity? Filing reports and checking in on spreadsheets and whatnot.
I can't read.
Awesome. Well, our somebody from our office will be contacting you, or not.
Oh, thank you so much.
I can't read.
And sneeze.
So that's
and see.
that's the round of interview. Yes, my name is Jared. That's correct. I'm 19.
You never learned how to read.
Correct. So that's interview. That's honestly my favorite improv game that we have here, and from experience, the campers have always loved that one. It's hilarious.
It's really good. It's pretty.
We also have
epic.
a little stage that we have here in case anyone wants to monologue or anything like that. So
Yeah,
we're a little improv zone.
yes.
Very nice, very fun. Are we heading off to the glob? The globe?
Yes, I think it's glob time.
We affectionately have nicknamed the Globe Theater the Glob. I'm not really sure why. That was kind of an early joke that has persisted. The Globe was really interesting. So the amphitheater, Seneca built the amphitheater almost entirely solo. And we originally were building in a flat world before we suspended all of our builds.
We can take a look at the original
air.
flat world stuff later.
Yeah, we can take a look at the original if we want to. It's very shadowy down there now. But Seneca basically built an entire mountain to put the amphitheater in because, as we had mentioned, historically amphitheaters are built into the sides of mountains. So Seneca built a mountain and then built an amphitheater into it, while Bonks and I were building the globe, which I think is pretty cool. That was a really cool world edit application. It was like you created a bunch of spheres, right? And then you layered them and then you kind of molded it to your liking, right?
Yeah, and I can do a quick demo of that later.
Yeah.
It was basically I used spheres to make there's a command tool. I'll show you like what I do. I usually use a diamond shovel just because it's easy to single out and I wouldn't have it in my inventory otherwise. This is world edit, so I would do / brush sphere, and then I start with dirt because that's pretty easily interchangeable. But if I'm doing something that I need to replace with something else and I don't want it to accidentally replace a bunch of other stuff, I'll use like a weird block. So sometimes it's sponge. We use sponge a lot. And right now the sponge sphere is size 2. So like I do that and it makes sponge, but I'm just gonna undo it. And I basically did that and made a big hill and then carved a
Carved
bowl
it
out
to your
of it.
liking.
Yes.
Zabi_OW says, "This is a great stream. Thank you so much.
Oh,
We're
thank
glad
you.
you're
Thank you,
enjoying
Zabi.
yourself." So that was the amphitheater, which was pretty cool. While Seneca was building the amphitheater, Bonks and I were working on the globe, which was a little simpler. There's still a fair amount of world edit that went into this one. For example, the basic shape of the globe. Actually, Seneca, do you want to tell us the history of the globe before we go into the world edit?
I would love to. So,
Wonderful.
the Globe Theatre, now called Shakespeare's Globe, is in London, England, and was home to the King's Men, which was Shakespeare's troupe of actors that performed all of his plays and whatnot. This area that I'm walking around on right now is where people called the Groundlings would stand and watch. You would just stand in the dirt and watch people perform up there. And depending on if you had more money, you would be able to sit up here, and then up here as well. Obviously, the richer you were, the higher up you got to go and whatnot. But Yeah, it was a really it's a really important part of theatrical history because it first of all made theater readily accessible, which increased the actual literacy and not necessarily education, but interest in the from the general public in plays and reading and writing as a whole. People became really enthralled by these stories that Shakespeare was telling, whether they were entirely fictional or based on reality, like you see with the histories, like Richard II or the Henrys. And so it was really fascinating for people to come and see these stories played out. It also was, the space itself was really a great place for people to just come and get some live theater, rain or shine. Another thing about the theater is that it was built in 1599, I believe, and then it burned down, which was kind of tragic. And then it was rebuilt in 1606, I think. I might be wrong about that one. I'd have to double check. And then it became dubbed the Globe Theater until 1997, when it was called Shakespeare's Globe. And this is essentially what it looks like today for the most part. There are obviously some discrepancies we had to make because this is Minecraft and but yeah, the Globe Theater is pretty awesome, pretty sick. I don't know. Is that a pretty good summary of the history?
Yeah, I think that was wonderful. That's wonderful.
We can
now go ahead.
Check out our gift shops inside the club as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's a theater without a gift shop?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a ye olde gift. I know it's not how it's actually pronounced, but I think it's funny to say ye olde gift shoppe.
Yes.
And then we have ye olde shop beeper.
It's pretty funny.
Our shopkeeper is a bee, so they're the shop beeper. They're lovely. They do their job very well. So here the campers can buy some books about Shakespeare. There's a collection of some famous Shakespeare quotes, some Shakespeare-related puns, and just some general fun facts about Shakespeare. They can get a book and quill named Shakespeare's Notebook and take notes in their very own Shakespeare's Notebook. They can also buy a couple flags that were popular in England at the time that Shakespeare was at the height of his popularity. They can buy a globe. They can also buy Seneca's head if they so desire it.
We really got to take that out.
We really got to take that out. But that's the gift shop, hey, and then we also have the cafe.
Yes, the oldie cafe.
The oldie cafe. With our lovely cashier. This one is sadly not a pun. This is just ye olde cashier.
Yes.
Again, I know that's not how it's actually pronounced. I just think it's funnier to say it like that. And you can buy some custom head snacks.
Yes. You can get bread, cheese, ham, or a ham and cheese all in one. Exactly.
You can DIY it, or you can, go the easy route.
Yes. Whatever floats your boat,
So on the subject of world editing, there was a fair bit of world edit that went into the basics of the Globe Theater. For example, the building itself was world edited. It was a hollow cylinder, and then we added on a couple hallways. However, a significant part of the Globe that was not world edited because it was impossible was the roof.
Yeah.
Yes. The roof was a lot. Too.
The roof, I think I did one half of the roof and Seneca did the other half. But the roof was a combination of oddly placed slabs and stair blocks.
Yes.
And the fun thing about stair blocks is that they're a directional block, which means they cannot be easily world edited because they will only want to place themselves facing in very specific directions. And so you can't really just set something to stair blocks because they will all face in very incorrect directions. So this was something that was done by hand. I actually do recall how long we spent placing these because it took 2 of our regular meetings to complete this roof. So this was because it took 1.5 meeting times. So this was about 3 hours was building this roof. Because it was not just how long it took to place all the blocks, it was also trying to figure out the pattern.
Yeah. Because it was like stair, alternate with slab, and then we also had to like make sure it lined up for this roof as well. So
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our way of checking if the pattern worked was to build it, see if it looked okay, and if we were wrong, we had to break it and try again. So this was about. I think it looks pretty darn good.
It came out pretty good.
Proud of our final product, but this was 3 hours of work into a roof.
Yeah.
Fun times. This was actually, I think this was the day we created a work playlist this day because we were like, we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
Let's have some spicy tunes.
It's like
to listen to while we work.
What's New Scooby-Doo and then show tunes.
Yes, What's New Scooby-Doo is the theme of our dev work. Oh yeah, peep the heads. We got some Easter eggs. We found some. We also have, of course, our stage, and you might notice that part of the stage is not like the rest of it. It's mostly made out of birch, and then there's this one dark oak section. So this is actually the platform upon which campers will have the opportunity to paste their own sets, which we will come back to. But this is present because the campers will, on their very last day, have the opportunity to actually perform their own play, which we were talking about earlier. They will be able to perform them at any one of these theaters that we have been showing to you all, which is honestly pretty cool, pretty exciting. Even though it's in Minecraft, how many people get to say I've performed at the Globe? You know?
Probably several, but not in Minecraft.
a very special experience.
Yes.
Is it time for our final theater?
I think it would be, yes. So this next theater we can't walk over to because it was so big and had so many entities that we had to just keep it where we built it.
Mm-hmm. It had entities.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. So this is our starlit proscenium theater, complete with Connected Camps logo. My shaders make it look a little weird with the stained glass, but it looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
It is very pretty.
Yes.
And we have another even larger and absolutely lovely stained glass window made by the incomparable Banca.
Thank you. I thought you were saying incompetent. Beautiful. I was like, well, that was uncalled for.
No, incomparable. Mark, listen, I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm doing.
And then down here we have our charismatic shop creeper.
Yes.
Yes. You've heard of the shop beeper. Now get ready for the shop creeper, who sells some wonderful snacks. I do believe this may be the only Broadway theater where you can bring a taco to the show, unless you're extremely sneaky.
Yeah.
If you are, I tip my hat to you. That's some impressive commitment to tacos.
Aiden, we should try to bring tacos in to.
We really should.
For context, Aiden and I are meeting up in the big city to go see a show together. One
day we will see a show together, so we should sneak tacos in. I have some large purses. We can do that. This is our ticket counter. So these are our ticket masters. We have William Call and Dave tickets for day of tickets.
I hate that we have to explain the joke every time because it's like I feel like it was. I feel like I came up with that name and it wasn't funny enough, but you didn't want to tell me that it wasn't, so we just kept
I think
it.
We had another name beforehand. I just don't remember what we changed, what it was. We can maybe we'll change it.
We'll brainstorm on that.
If you have an alternative idea for Dave tickets, our secondary mushroom ticket seller, please, by all means, drop a suggestion in the chat.
Yeah.
And if we vibe with it, then it may live on the theater server now and forevermore.
These are their cash registers, by the way.
So Will and Dave sell orchestra and mezzanine tickets. for
secret money.
Just to make sure that we're explaining everything. They sell them for secret money. Orchestra and mezzanine are 2 levels of a theater. So the orchestra seats are the seats that are on, I guess you would say, ground level with the stage.
Yes.
And then the mezzanine seats are on a balcony. So we have 2 sets of staircases to each level. The 2 kind of center staircases, which I don't think, have I told you guys this is what I've been calling them? I've been calling them the Cinderella Staircases. Because I mean, Minecraft, but I could definitely see, like, the princess makes the walk, or the prince, does the fancy walk down the stairs. Fancy Minecraft walk, debuting your new skin as a stylish chocolate bar. So we've got those 2 main staircases to our mezzanine, and then we've got some kind of closed off spiral staircases. Or sorry, no, those are the main staircases to our orchestra. To the mezzanine. I've been saying so many words in the past 52 minutes, they're all blurring together.
Yes, I understand.
But this is our spiral staircase, which was quite a pain. We had an original blueprint for what these stairs were going to look like, and then I attempted to build them because, again, these are stair blocks, so we couldn't world edit them. The main body of the theater was all world edit. We used world edit whenever we could for this theater because it was such a big task. We spent a long time on this theater. This was the final theater that we built. I think we must have put, I must have put at least 10 hours of work into this theater. It was an enormous project. This was the biggest thing that we had built so far on the server and that we have built to date.
Yeah.
So this was like a huge project. We made a blueprint for it. Seneca and I started building from the blueprint, and I was building those stairs, and I was like, this isn't going to work.
Feasible.
I mean, I was like, I can make it work, it just won't look good. And so Seneca went to the pains of this great undertaking to create a spiral staircase room, which was a lot of copy pasting world edit and a lot of tears of frustration, if I'm being entirely honest. But it worked, and it looks amazing. So hooray! But yeah, so this is our theater proper. So you can see we have our orchestra seats, we have our mezzanine. Seneca, do you want to hit us with some awesome Broadway theater facts and information?
I would love to.
Why is there only carpet in the hallways?
I don't know. It was probably my fault, but I don't know how I did it. So.
It was your suggestion. No, it was your suggestion.
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah. Hit us with that theater info.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. So first of all, from the playtest, we had our first playtest session yesterday.
I'll do that. You tell the story of the theater. No one
okay. So this theater is a pretty standard proscenium style Broadway theater that you would find, on any of the theaters on Broadway in New York. But I took a lot of inspiration in in terms of what I put into it from the Lyceum Theater in New York, because I've worked in there for a little bit, which is also coincidentally the oldest operating Broadway theater in New York, on Broadway theater. Which is pretty epic. It's in terms of the orchestra and mezzanine, we didn't actually get to add any seat boxes on the side. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty standard Broadway style theater. Now, if we go back to the amphitheater, which I had talked about before, and discussed the Proscenium Arch. This red nether brick area is what you would call the Proscenium Arch in this theater. And so it's really interesting to see how the, ancient Greek styles of theater have translated into modern day theater. In that, something that the Greeks used and sort of, was part of their time-honored tradition, how that's made it into our contemporary style of theater. Why do these look different? What?
For quick context, a running commentary that we have had doing this dev work, which I think it came from
You.
when we were writing. Yeah, it was my fault. When we were writing the description of theater, because one of the very first things we had to write down is what is theater, since that is one of the first things that we're teaching to our campers. And it sounds like such an easier question to answer in theory, but when you actually try to answer it, you're like, oh, this is how do I explain this? And my very first thought of how to explain it was, I said, theater is a time-honored tradition spanning centuries and civilizations, which was a rather ridiculous answer, but we were all highly entertained by it, so it's become a running joke of ours throughout all of this.
Yes. We also, I don't know if you talked about this yet, Aiden, but we also have, Aiden made these cool playbills, that you can buy from the ushers for secret money. And if you look at the lore for it, it says, "Welcome to the show. Please silence your cell phones and turn off any pagers. Exits are located on the left and right sides of the house, and ushers will direct you in there in the event of emergency." So it's kind of like the, it's sort of like, if you go to see a show, typically it's the stage manager, but it might be other people. It might be, a performer or somebody with a notable voice who will announce this, but that's typically the beginning of show, like, announcement that's done at every performance. And we just put it on a playbill. So,
yeah. Thought it would be, again, like the thought process that I had when I was creating all these little Easter egg things is I wanted it to be really fun and immersive for the campers, that they weren't just like, oh yeah, a theater. They're like, oh, a theater, and you can buy a book here. I know, me personally, I like it when there are multiple layers to things that I'm looking at, and I have multiple things that I can explore instead of being like, yep, it's a room.
Yeah.
So I thought this would be really cool. And then Green Splatter said in the chat, I think it's a guess, I mentioned why we have carpet in the aisles and not the seats. Green Splatter was guessing it's so people walking doesn't make noise. That is actually correct. But it's also, that is 100% correct, but there's also a reason why the seats themselves don't have carpet. Seneca, you had a really good explanation for this back when we created this. Do you remember it?
No, but I'm sure I did.
Not to put you on the spot. It was, oh gosh, I'm not going to explain it as well as Seneca did. Oh no.
Oh no, I remember because ushers, when you have to clean the house after a performance, vacuuming, like you'd want to be able to sweep, so the seats don't usually have carpet underneath them, but the aisles do. This was our immersion of detail. I remember. Yes, it was so they could clean up the aisles better. Mr.
Immersion.
Usher over here.
Yes, Mr. Usher has an easy time cleaning the aisles. We also made our mezzanine, which was its own undertaking because the mezzanine is typically tilted down, and so we had to calculate what height we had to put the mezzanine at so that it could be tilted down without obscuring the view from the back seats. So while we did end up creating, actually I originally built the mezzanine by hand, and then we made the adjustments with World Edit, but it was really fun because what we did was Bonks and I did this together. We copy pasted the mezzanine outside of the theater, and then made the corrections we needed to make, and then we copy pasted it back inside.
Yeah, sometimes like the wall of the theater would like disappear if we pasted wrong, but it worked out and it looks great.
It does.
Yeah. And we got our chandelier.
We do have our chandelier.
Oh yeah, the beautiful chandelier.
It's so
our chandelier,
spearheaded by Aiden.
Entertainingly, whenever I see this chandelier, I think about One Direction, because while I was building the chandelier, you two were talking about One Direction.
Well, yeah, because you've never... Okay, I want to say this right now. The fact that Aiden has never heard a One Direction song is like...
Well, I have now.
Well, you have now, but prior to this engagement, you had not.
Speaking of music...
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah, let's take a dip into our pool.
Yes!
We have our very safe, semi-safe staircase in the corner here.
So we have some friends who are here to conduct us and play us some tunes for our performances. So over here we have drummer Joe, we have harpist Andy, we have conductor Matthew, we have cellist Raylan, we have pianist Luke. Now the piano needs to be fixed because I broke it.
The piano does need to be replaced. The original piano had keys
so cool.
on it, which were, I'll make it again, which were made using redstone. So basically I put a bunch of dragon heads on armor stands, and then I used pistons to push them together and basically conceal them within the fort stair blocks so that it would look like the piano had keys, which was very cool. Unfortunately, it was lost in the great entity massacre of last Saturday.
Yes.
But
So,
it's okay, we carry on, and they will be back soon. So the piano keys shall make their great return.
Yes.
Very
Wait.
soon.
We have one big piano key.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the record, just so we're all aware, the conductor and all these musicians are named after our lovely coworkers and managers and associates here at Connected Camps. So yeah,
A bunch of people who we love and who we miss at Connected Camps, who do wonderful things every single day, and
Yes.
so we wanted to have them in our orchestra pit.
yes.
As our wonderful musicians. Actually, with all this talk about world edit, so the vast majority of the Proscenium was done with world edit. We were not building a lot of this stuff by hand.
However,
Obviously, there were some things that
However,
Yep, I'm leading to it. There were some things that were unavoidably done by hand. For example, the seats, we had to place those stair blocks by hand just because they were directional and it wasn't working otherwise. Some of the little details, like the chandeliers, some of the lights out in the lobby, as well as the concession and ticket counters, were made by hand because there was no other way, as well as the staircases before we world edited them. Also, elements of the bathrooms, which we will go to after this. But a huge thing that we were unable to world edit, which I'm telling you now, this was 2.5 hours doing this one task that I'm about to explain, was lighting. So when we finished building the proscenium, we realized that it was pretty shadowy inside. It was hard to see. We have a lighting grid above the stage, but it's really just for the evocative energy of a lighting grid, because that's something that theaters have. It doesn't really provide enough light just because it's too high up. And placing it lower down didn't really make sense because then it would be visible from the audience, and that just doesn't look great. So what we did was we used concealed sea lanterns. And where are the sea lanterns concealed, you might ask? Well, they're behind the trapdoors. Here's the thing about trapdoors. Trapdoors are also a directional block. Cannot world edit trapdoors. I on this dev team, I'm the only one who doesn't really have a quality grasp of complex commands. So while Seneca and Bonka were undertaking some complex commands to make our set building dreams a reality, I was placing and flipping trapdoors by hand. So you might notice the walls of both the stage and the theater, as well as the ceiling of the theater and the floor of the stage, are all paneled with trapdoors. So every trapdoor you see was hand placed and hand flipped. So I spent 2.5 hours placing and flipping trapdoors, which was a very fun day. But it paid off, because I can tell you now, this area is so much more well lit than it was beforehand.
Yeah, it seems a little dark sometimes, but then, first of all, you realize that you're in the house, so it's supposed to be dark. And then, second of all, you're like, oh man, if all of this wasn't here, I could probably replace
I was
the
about
sea
to
lanterns.
say, we could just do,
a quick little demo.
we could do a quick demo. We could world edit. We could replace all the sea lanterns with something like concrete, so you can just see how the light leaves the room.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. We'll just do that and then undo that.
Real quick.
Yeah, because it's so...
It was very dark before.
It was so dark. It was so dark in here. And I would like you guys to be able to see just how big that difference is.
Alright, so...
And for context, there aren't just sea lanterns behind the trapdoor panels. They are also underneath every piece of carpet that you can see in this entire room.
Yes.
Everywhere we could conceal sea lanterns, we concealed sea lanterns. And you're about to see the difference it makes once Seneca gets back out.
Let me show you this.
Seneca currently looks a little glitched. You can get a peek into our bathroom, which we'll be visiting soon.
Yes.
All right. It's time.
So,
here we go.
This is gonna be so sad.
We'll
just do bricks. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do bricks. I want to do something that I can replace easily. Oh yeah, sponge.
Do a black concrete.
I'll do sponge.
Or sponge. That works too.
Right,
and then just undo the command.
This is it now. And then.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh my gosh, it's like.
Oh my god. There it goes.
So if you were into like a pitch black performance, then that's what
Which is what you'll get. Here we go.
Now you can see. So yeah.
So that was fun.
So, it was a lot of work, but definitely worth it. Because it was made with love.
Yes.
And effort.
That's so sweet, Bonk.
But
yeah, I will say it was still a fun day because while I was doing that, Seneca and Bonks were doing the commands and we were all chatting. So
yeah, cool thing about this dev team is that we like to hang out and chat and talk.
We do.
It's nice to work with people.
I will say, tedious hand-placed trapdoors go by so much faster when you're having conversations with fun people.
Yes.
Can we share the bathroom?
Yeah, let's share the bathrooms.
Yeah. I want to share the bathroom. So we have two bathrooms in this theater as well. Our neutral bathrooms. This was built by me and Bonks. I built the stalls. Bonks built the counters, the sinks. And it's all wonderful. So we've got our silly little toilets, which never fail to entertain me. I think it's so funny. If you flip the lever,
it opens.
The lid goes up. It's so funny. It's so funny. I'm always so entertained by it. And we've got our sinks. With the mirrors. We made the mirrors. They're a banner. I think it was a light blue gradient from the top down. Actually, no, it was a light blue banner with a white gradient from the bottom, and then a light gray, like, diagonal.
A bend, yes. I middle clicked it.
Yeah, and then a black border.
Yes.
So that's how we created them.
You got your turtle egg soap.
Pretty solid. Yeah, we got turtle egg soap. We got our white banner towels. And we got some nice decorative plants by the exit.
A mirror. Beautiful.
Bye, Bonks.
And we've got our second bathroom, which is pretty similar. Things are moved around a little bit just for variety. So we got another wall mirror. And we got our sinks once more, our toilet stalls.
Yes.
My voice every once in a while is just like, what if I just got caught halfway up in your throat? It's always fun on a stream. Yes. Can we share an Easter egg with the viewers? So special Easter egg if you will fly directly upwards with me, Seneca. Also, keep the hidden heads. It is still here. So welcome to one of my favorite of our hidden locations, the lovely Bonka's office.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Hello, I would like some cake.
Here you go. Have one cake for you. Yeah, so we have like fun little locations for this so our counselors can check them out. Yeah, it's like brief things for fun. Alright, should we head to the reflection room?
I would love to.
Yes.
Warp library.
So we'll go back to the library.
We're back at
We're
Spawn.
back again. It feels like it's been so long.
Aiden, would you like to show us your pathway?
Our reflection room is the campers will visit it 3 times. The first time is at the end of last day. You know what? Until you said it, I hadn't thought that, but you are correct. I thought green and purple went really well together. Now I can't unsee the fact that it's Hulk themed.
I think it looks good. I like it.
I still like it, but I'm not going to be able to get that mental association out of my head. So, we have 3 walls for camper reflection. We've got reflection for day 1, the beginning of day 2, and the end of day 3. So on day 1, each camper will leave a sign where they write down a goal for themselves and a goal for their performance. We'll actually revisit this wall on the 4th day of the camp when they're doing rehearsals, so they can revisit their goal, and they'll put down a second sign talking about what they achieved and what they still haven't managed to meet of their goal, and to think about that going forward onto their performance. So that's a fun first thing. The way that our theater camp works when it comes to scripts, it differs from the original theater program. In the original theater program, the campers would choose a genre and write their own script. Conceptually, this was a really cool thing because it meant the campers got to create an entire script from scratch. However, in practice, it often ended up being a little complicated because it meant that the campers had to spend their time on a Word document typing instead of in Minecraft, and they found that a little boring. And so it was a little difficult to get the script written in time. It often ended with the counselor writing the script themselves afterwards because it didn't get done. So we decided, in order to counteract that, that we would have some pre-written scripts that the campers can make their own edits to. And so basically they can make the script their own, they can add their personalized details and touches and still have that individual special flair that they got from writing their own scripts in the original camp, but with a little less stress for the counselors in having to get things done, and with a little more fun for the campers who don't have to spend an entire day writing a document.
Yes. So we chose some absolute classics. Some you may recognize from popular culture, such as Shrek, Ratatouille, Three Little Pigs, Big Hero 6, and Snow White. So, you know, two sort of fairy tale style things, and then some iconic films from the past, well, I guess 20
Decade.
years. Yeah, Shrek came out in 2001. So
Don't remind me of that. That makes me so old.
I don't like that.
Shrek is 20.
Oh no.
Oh, he's older than you guys.
He is older than us. They've
Don't
been
make me
outed
feel
for
old.
our age.
Moving
don't
on.
make me feel Shush. Okay, so the way that this will work is that at the end of the first day, counselors will, in the out-school recap, where they go, hey, this is what we did today, they will also attach the scripts that are pre-written, as well as a list of summaries of the different scripts for the campers to ideally read before their next class. And then at the beginning of the next class, each camper will be given a flower as they join. And they will place their flower in the chest of the script that they would like to perform. And it would basically be considered their vote for that script. During an activity, the counselor, or just during a free moment, the counselor will tally up the votes. And whichever one got the most votes will be their script that they will then read through as a group and edit. And basically tweak it to their liking. They can add characters, they can get rid of characters, they can change dialogue, they can alter sets, whatever they would like to make that play their own, but still trying to cut down on the amount of time it will take by having at least part of the script pre-written before they make their edits. And actually, with that, do we want to transition into our areas for day 2?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, the second day of camp is, we're talking about script writing, and we're also, I believe, actually, let me check the specific name that we do have, because we do have a name for day 2. Day 2 is Fundamentals of Theater.
Yes.
So first up, they will choose their play. They'll cast their votes as they join the server in the morning. And then their first lesson of the day will be about blocking. So just a quick explanation. So blocking is basically the term that we use to describe the process of being directed in a place to stand, sit, and move around the stage. So directors often give directions about blocking to their actors so the actors know where to go on the stage. And it can be really useful because it's a lot easier to direct a actor around stage if there are set terms that they can use instead of going, okay, go over to your right. No, your other right. No, a little more, a little more. So there are some set terms that we have in theater that we use to describe a stage. So based on these terms, a stage is separated into 9 sections in a 3x3 grid. They are downstage left, downstage center, downstage right, center left, center center, center right, upstage left, upstage center, and upstage right. And Seneca, do you want to explain why we call parts of the stage downstage and upstage?
I would love to. So this actually goes back to the Greeks, as well.
It's all back to the Greeks.
It all goes back to the Greeks. In Greece, the stages were what we call raked, which essentially means they were on a slope downwards facing the audience. So closer to the audience, the lower the stage was. This was sort of to make sure that it was a little more intimate, closer to the stage, and also that you were sort of. It's a little complicated, but basically it's all in the name of improving the audio or the sound and the performance. So closer to the audience is what we call downstage. Closer to the edge of the stage is downstage. Up towards the back wall is what we call upstage. Now, another important thing you should know about staging and stage directions is that we have CC, connected cams, also center here. But when I go to my left, this is center left. This is stage left. This over here is stage right. Now, when I'm in the house, like the audience, my left is house left, but it's stage right. So it's flipped depending on whether or not you're in the audience. So if you're in the audience, the right side of the audience is stage left, but it's house right. Because, when you're an actor, you're thinking from the stage's perspective. When you're in the audience, you're thinking from the audience member's perspective. So downstage left is house right, upstage right is house left. So there's your staging lesson for the day.
And so we'll go through basically the basics of blocking with our campers, just the explanation of what blocking is, parts of the stage that'll be part of our presentation actually. And then the campers will have a fun little activity to learn and practice blocking, which is called Staging Simon Says. So that is what this is built for. Actually, this is another fun combination of world edit and building by hand. So this platform was world edited, the basic grid was world edited, but the lettering and also the words along the edge, which are to serve as a secondary reminder of where downstage, upstage, right, and left are, were all made by hand. This was another endeavor of mine because this game was my idea, and I was like, I want to do this! I want to build this! And Seneca and Bonka have a lovely habit of letting me attempt my silly ideas, and so they let me do this, and I'm very proud of it. But basically, the way Staging Simon Says works is the counselor will be the director, giving stage direction to the campers. So the campers will get a chance to practice these stage directions. So for example, Seneca, if you want to be our director, and Bonka, if you want to join me as a camper, chocolate bar buddy.
I would love to.
So we will start in center, our center stage, however you use the terminology, and Seneca will give us a stage direction, and we have to go to the right part of the stage.
Yes, and just like Simon Says, you can't move unless Simon tells you to.
Exactly.
So, Simon Says, downstage right. Very good, young Padawans. Is the plural of Padawan Padawans, or is it Padawan
You know, that is a good question.
I feel like I should know that.
I think I mean, I just know they called them younglings.
Okay. Good job, younglings. Simon says, go to upstage left.
Upstage left.
Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That was my Matthew McConaughey impression.
All right.
I'm running for governor. Simon says center right.
Center right. Ha.
And center left.
You can't trick us.
Simon didn't say center left, Aiden.
You can trick me.
Oh.
I guess I'm out. Oh, I got like.
You've been smitten.
Yeah, so there's consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's mainly just a fun way for the campers to learn their stage directions, a way for them to be entertained and not just learning it by staring at a presentation, because we want to engage our learners in multiple ways to ensure that our information really gets across and that they have a fun time learning what we're here to teach them. And we thought this would be a fun way for them. So it will typically be done just, as a fun game, no consequences for the campers to learn their stage directions. However, there's always the option, if the campers are interested and they've already played a few practice rounds, to try a Simon Says competition, where if you do the wrong stage direction like I did, you're out.
Yes. And winner gets,
And that's
bragging rights or
secret
something. Secret money. Yeah, experiential learning is something we really wanted to focus on in this program, as with like all our programs, but I think that was something that we really emphasized in not just our building but our curriculum as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right.
And so after the campers, this is again on day 2, so after the campers are done with this activity to learn about the different parts of a stage, they learn about the different roles in theater production. So what are the different roles? What do they do? And we do a brief discussion and exploration of that, and then we move on to script revision, where the campers will read through our chosen script together and talk about any revisions that they want to make. And basically that is the time when they make those revisions. And then they do go back. So then they go back to the world, don't they? To the reflection room?
Yeah, I think that would be correct. See, because we're redeveloping, we're reorganizing some of our activities and whatnot, we get a little confused. Just a little bit. But
this is what happens when we're playtesting. We rearrange, we revise, just like a script.
Yes.
Just like a script, we revise our curriculum to make it even better for our campers. So instead of being day 3, this will be the end of day 2, that the campers will each place a sign with the role that they would prefer to be involved in. Of course, all campers will be involved in all aspects of the show, but where they want their focus to be, what they want their special role to be, they write it down here. And then our 3rd day of the program is rehearsal. So we'll explain a little bit about what rehearsal is and why we, as theater people, as performers, why we do rehearsal in the first place. Our actors who are acting, typically all the campers will have lines and will be acting in the performance, unless, of course, a camper really doesn't want to. But they will read through their chosen script with their edits, make sure that everything is the way it will be and the way they want, and then they move into their set design. So
yes.
this unlocks a new area of our world. Actually, I do believe the only area that is left unexplored, which is our set house. So our final pathway, which I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of this pathway. I think it turned out really pretty.
Sick.
Thank you. And this is actually one of the only parts of the server where the campers will be in creative mode. So
Yes.
upon entering this room, they'll be put into creative mode.
Yeah, if
And
you want to
these
see
right
that happen,
here-
actually.
Oh
Here.
yeah. Do you want me to?
Alright, I'll de-op myself.
Do you want me to de-op you?
Yeah, I
Oh, you got it.
Alright,
Okay.
so I'm in survival now, as you see. Can't break things. I'm de-opt. I can't break any blocks. You know, this is barrier. This is... Can't break it. Sorry, can't do that. Now, when I walk in here, I'm in creative and I can do stuff. And it's really exciting. It's really, really exciting. It's really, really cool. But then I go up to survival and then I go back into creative. So it's really cool. But
And
yeah,
no, go ahead.
I was just basically they get to build their sets on these platforms. So as you see when you walk on this little area right here, it says set 1, which is pretty dope. And then you come over here and it says set 2, which is also pretty sick. And then over here it says set 3. So the kids get 3 separate sets they get to build. And they can change between them at any time while they're performing as well. I mean, well, the counselor would do it, but they get the...
The 3 separate sets are, again, in the format of the original theater camp, which was every play was typically written with around 3 acts, and there were typically 3 sets, 1 for each act, although not necessarily always to that precise format. But we felt like the original theater camp had taught us that 3 sets were a good number of sets for the campers to have some variation without being overwhelmed by the amount of stuff they had to build. And so basically this day is for the campers to create the sets for their plays. So they'll all work together to think about what kind of sets they want. The campers who chose a role as set designers will have most of the building work, and if there are campers who aren't big fans of building and don't want to be involved in that, then they can do some line running or things like that. So basically our goal with the theater roles is not for anything to be exclusive. All campers will still be involved in all parts of everything and all parts of the production in every way, but we also wanted to make sure that there's something for everyone. So if we have campers who don't like to build or campers who don't like to act, that we still have a way for them to have fun and feel like they're being a part of the production without also feeling like they're having to push themselves out of their comfort zone too much.
Yes. This is something we're gonna do. I need you to opt me because I need to fix the regions again.
There you go. Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Basically, I think I can do that. I don't know what
So,
I think they're all.
Seneca's about to do some command work. If you want to, Seneca, if you want to explain what you're doing
Yeah.
for our
So
lovely viewers.
this is so fun. It's
We
a
may
little
or may not have
finicky.
already had to do this a few times.
I
So-
have. Basically, so okay, really quick, I'm gonna do a little crash
While you
course.
do this, I think I'm gonna go fix those chairs.
Oh,
While
sounds
you give our lovely audience a commands crash course, I think I'm gonna fix some chairs.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, the way that we make sure that our servers are protected and that campers can't use certain items or are in a certain game mode, and you know, any number of things, we use something called regions. So, for example, I'm gonna do /rg list. We have several regions on the server. I don't know what bonk is. I've forgotten at this point. But it's underscore like
I think it
global.
might be in the picnic world.
That might be the picnic world. That's true. We for appreciation days we made little picnic areas. Anyway, for the global, that's the entire server essentially. That applies to everything. And then we have the Broadway, we have free build, we have, I don't know what hall is, but we have interview, library, pit, so that's for the orchestra, reflection room, set 1, 2, 3, story building, storyboard, world. World is the general, that's just this region, that's like within the, oh, did you opt me again? Oh gosh.
I did opt you
Interesting.
again.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
No, we're good.
Well, that was fun.
All Gucci.
Oh boy.
It's okay. So, anyway,
It's
so the
okie
world
dokie.
is this gonna happen again? I don't know. because I don't have comms by. Okay, so we're good. So the world region is just the box that I set up so that way I could make regions specifically for that.
I'm gonna have to claim this one.
To make sure, when you have regions that overlap, you need to make sure that the priority is set correctly, because essentially, if I have the world region, so this big blue box, if that says, unless you're opt, you can't break or place any blocks. But then in the smaller region, for set 1, it says, actually, you can break and place blocks here. This region does not take priority over that region simply because it just doesn't. They're all default set to 0 priority. So the command that I use, that I was taught by our lovely cow, Hector, who works here, resident god of commands.
Really?
Yeah, him and X-Dark just go.
They do amazing things.
Wild.
I don't know if either of them are listening to our stream right now, or if they will at some point. But please know, we appreciate you and everything. Thank you so much for all your help.
So basically, you do /RG priority, and I'm gonna do set 1, and I'm gonna do, I don't know, I'll put it at 3, because it's a small region. So if I were trying to like worry about regions that were like bigger than everything else, then I would have a problem. But I keep upping the priority every time I change the priority of something else and I forget. So this should work now. Okay, I'm gonna de-op myself. And then I'm gonna leave the region and I'm gonna come back in, and it should put me in creative. So I'm in survival. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the combination pizza bill. What? I fixed it!
Pizza Hut.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I spent a little too long trying to figure that out, and then I was just like, Hector, please.
Help.
So I'll build us a little set right now, and I can give you guys a little demo on what our command blocks do, that the counselors use. So let's say this is our house, or I don't know, a little area, and I'll put a painting on the wall. This should copy over, and I'll put I'll put a crafting bench, and I'll put a flower pot, and I'll put the flower in it. It's gonna look so sick, you know? It's gonna look absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, you know?
Chowder!
Sorry, I gotta stop doing that. I can't do that. Oh my
goodness.
So, this is our little, this is set
louder.
1. This is set 1. And then maybe over here, I'm like, oh man, I want to do an outdoor scene. So what I do is I come here and I get my grass blocks, you know, and then I want to build a tree. So I get that, and then I go and I get my leaves. Where are my leaves? They're in here. Okay. So I make my POC, or whatever. And so I build this, because I'm a camper, and I want to have a really cool, immersive set to perform Shrek in. So this is, let's say this is Shrek's swamp. Because he has a tree, right? Does he has like a hollowed out tree. It's kind of dead or something, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like a weeping.
Yeah.
So Bonks wrote that script and has watched it a couple times since we started working on this project. Alright, Shrek Swamp. And then I want to build the tower that he has to rescue Fiona from. And it's a big... and I'm just... normally, if I were the counselor, I would just, like, help the kids out with World Edit, but I don't want to today. Personally, today I'm not feeling it. So this is the tower, and Fiona comes up here and she's like, hey, yo, Shrek, what's up?
I don't think you said that.
And then over yonder, there's the dragon, and she's not very happy because she's sad and she wants a boyfriend or whatever, a donkey friend.
What?
Remember, she dates Donkey, right?
Oh,
That's
you're talking
true.
about the dragon!
Yeah. Is there a Fiona skull?
Oh, moment of confusion.
I found a Fiona skull. Okay, then I get my armor stand.
Oh boy, today's a day of some technical difficulties when it comes to server commands. They are not moving.
So this is my Shrek set plus I don't know, a living room. So what the campers would then, well, the campers don't do, the counselors then do is I'm gonna go to my ender chest. Oh, I'm not opt. Aiden.
Oh,
I got you.
Thank you. Okay, so I go to my fancy schmancy little thing, and we have so these are shulker boxes that the counselors actually have access to. Is it cool if I show the underneath room?
Yeah. Oh, I had something for you, Seneca.
Oh,
I'm behind.
I'm coming.
Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
I'll take you. Oh, you are?
I'm right here.
I didn't see you. Oh, well, this is for you.
What is it? Yo! What are you doing in me swamp?
oh my goodness, what have you done, Bon? What have you just enabled?
So,
I feel like I must see this.
so that's the council room. That's just for dev team members. It's our little coffee area. But this is the room where counselors go to basically get all the things they need. So if they accidentally break a shopkeeper, here are all the globe items. Here's the amphitheater items. Here's the proscenium stuff, blaze. And then this is a book that Aiden wrote to
Yes.
give the counselors.
You
a
don't
nice
have to
welcome.
read it on stream.
I won't read it on stream. I
Don't read
just
it
showed
on
the chest.
stream.
This curriculum is brought to you by us. And then this is the secret money command blocks. I just made a lot of them in case, you lost them, but they all do the same thing. Anyway, so this is the command blocks for set changes. And these are all the same thing. I just wanted to show that. So, I'll go to set. Is that what it is? Yeah. So, we have 3 shulker boxes, and in each shulker box is a stack of 64, these command blocks. Okay, I'm just gonna put one. Oh wait, I only want one, right? Okay. I am so good at streaming. Okay, so I'll put this up here. So this,
and
they
the
have
moment we
lore
started
added.
streaming, everything stopped working.
So these are the 3 theaters.
Bonks and I are trying to fix the chairs, and for some reason, the Pistons have decided they are no longer fans of us.
Oh, Pistons aren't enabled in that region. Are you in the
that's why.
All right, let me do this one.
Oh my god.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. Everything I do is wrong.
No. It's fine. I was so confused. I was like, I was giving Bonks directions on what to do, and I was like, why are my directions not working? I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I was doing, and I was looking at the Pistons like, you're making me look bad in front of Bonks.
Alright.
So, see if it works now, and if it doesn't, I'll try some other stuff.
Aiden pushed my
testing.
mind.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It is okay. Thank you, Seneca. Alright,
does it
back
work
to
now?
the scheduled program. Hold on.
We're about to test. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me
No, I don't think so.
And let me place that. And let me place that. And no.
It is not. But that's okay. We can fix that later.
I can
This is-
I can do it right now. I can
This is
set up.
something we'll work on later.
Okay.
Later.
All right.
Do your commands in resource room.
Cool. Okay.
We'll fix them.
So
I'm gonna go fly around and fix the shopkeepers.
okay. So I don't know why I placed these all in front of these aren't actually relevant, but basically when I press this, and then when I press this, and then when I press this, this copies all of these Johns over to the
It
theaters.
showed up while I was in the glob. Hello.
So this is set 1. So if I go over to we'll go to the amphitheater. Look, it's our set. It's so cool. It just appeared. And if I go over to the globe, look, it's our set. It just appeared. And if I go over to the Broadway theater, I gotta walk a little bit, but get in there, go. Okay. Look, it's our set. It just appeared. So cool.
Magic. I'm still walking. Oh my gosh, it appeared.
Oh my gosh. Now, now I'm the counselor and I'm like, oh man, I gotta change sets. So I'm gonna go into the blue shulker box. And then I'm gonna take one of these. I'm gonna take one of each of these Johns. These Johnnies. And then I need a button. Because I'm silly and I forgot to get one. So now this is for set 2. So we're entering Shrek's swamp now. Which is the beginning of Shrek, so I don't know why we didn't go there first, but that's my fault.
That's a fair point.
So now we're gonna go to Shrek. We're gonna say hi Shrek, and then we do /warp blah, blah, blah. Shrek Swamp has appeared in the amphitheater. This is insane.
Oh, I just went there.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
the amphitheater.
Not the
You
amphitheater.
just missed me.
And then look, it's also in the Glob. And then if we go to Broadway, well, you get the gist. So, essentially, and obviously, the counselors do not have to place the command block here and then copy and paste it. They can place it in the theaters.
Oh, goodbye, Green Splatter. Thank you for coming.
Oh, bye, Angela.
Thank you.
So, yeah, the counselors don't have to place the command blocks just, like, in the set building area. Sorry, I just, like, completely forgot what words were. They can place them in the theaters. They can place them, underground. They can place them wherever they wanted. They'll work because we do a fun command called force load add, and then we put in the coordinates, and it basically you basically force chunks to be constantly loaded, which definitely lags the server a little bit.
But it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're nearing the end of our stream time. We do only have about 15 minutes left.
The end is in sight.
The end is the end is near.
Do you wanna share our free builds on? You wanna show Franklin to
Oh my
the
gosh,
world?
I'd love to show Franklin. So, if you've ever been, 5, and and you're like, oh man, I want to go play in a sandbox, and so you go over to the local backyard and
Sandbox.
Yeah. You ever seen those sandboxes that are like turtles? And yeah, I mean that's basically it. They're just turtles. But we wanted to build that for the kids to have like a free build area that they could play in on like day 1 when you're getting everybody situated, because an issue that counselors typically run into at the start of a week is you might have some technical difficulties, you might have some problems getting kids, maybe kids don't have the right version of Minecraft. That happens a lot. You get kids with Bedrock and they need it to actually have Java edition, or you have kids who are getting like an Ioneti error. Essentially, you don't want kids to just be sitting there doing nothing. So the first thing you should do is make sure they can get on the server. And then if they can't get on the server, then you put every kid who can get on the server in a sandbox. And in here, and I'll go into survival here, warp to library, and I'm going to de-op myself. Go ahead and teleport me over there, Lods. Please.
Yes.
Alright, one sec.
Now I'm in creative. And it's so
Shrek.
awesome. And I can place blocks, and I can do all these other things. And look, it's... this actually doesn't work yet. We have to fix that. But,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
But yeah, so
That's
essentially
okay.
this is a really, this is a useful tool for, crisis management. If you, as a counselor, need to put, need to go deal with something in a breakout room, maybe there's an issue with a camper, or maybe you're having, technical difficulties, a free build area is, like a surefire way to keep kids moderately engaged in Minecraft, without causing chaos. So yes. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that. I have to fix the regions because currently they can break Franklin, and we don't want them to break Franklin.
They can break Franklin.
Yeah, that's something I gotta fix. That's one of the outside of stream time dev.
Indeed.
Projects. Yes, I'll probably end up doing that tonight.
And we'll figure out the pistons later.
Yes. I know what it
But,
is. I have to
fact.
change the priority again. But I'll just set a region over the improv area and then make it so that way everything works. And then I'll set the priority to higher than the world. But then, and then I'll set the priority for storyboard to higher than that. And so,
Seneca.
no, it's actually,
Yeah.
I sound tired, but I'm not. Actually, I
A
did.
little.
I was up a little late last night watching a fun documentary about SeaWorld. It wasn't really a fun documentary. It was actually really sad.
Oh dear.
It was the one that everybody's like, I don't know if I won't bring it up, but
yeah, just so you know, I can't take you seriously while you're wearing a Shrek head.
Well, I don't know why, because Shrek is one of the most tragic characters in history.
Go into look at yourself.
I do look at myself, and I think I look gorgeous.
I never said you don't look gorgeous. I just said I can't take you seriously. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Quality
everyone.
content.
Theatrical content. Wow. Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Well, so actually, a fun fact about some of the dev work we're doing right now, I'm doing some updates to some of the shopkeepers. Boggs was trying to help me replace some chairs. However, unfortunately, we're having an issue with the piston, so we will have to go do a commands deep dive later on in order to figure that one out. But a lot of what we are doing right now is actually related to a playtest that we had yesterday. So we had some other counselors come onto our server. We ran through some of our basically programs so far. So we showed some of our curriculum. We gave them a tour of the world, and they gave us some advice. And we are currently trying to implement that advice. So our new to-do list has their constant suggestions. So some of the stuff we're doing right now is related to that. So the work of a dev is never done. There are always revisions for us to make. Some two things. Oh, actually, something we could close out on is the staircase for the globe. We've only got a few minutes left. We could try and see if we can get that done in time. I think we can do it.
We could try.
I have confidence in us. So the lovely Miss MX gave us a wonderful suggestion, which was to add a second staircase to our globe. It was great. So the issue, of course, is we have an entrance on the opposite side of the globe. So we're trying to figure that out. I actually did have an idea. If we have the staircase, okay, well, first of all, let me go grab some oak. I need pieces.
Oh, there you are.
Of it.
You
go.
like, disappeared from my field of view.
Hello. So here was my idea that I was thinking about. Was we could start the staircase like here, and have it wrap around, and by the time it ends up on the wall, it should be taller than the entrance. So, because as you can see, this is this entrance takes up a lot of the wall, and if you look at the opposite wall, which is where our other staircase to the upper levels are, you can see there's nothing really obstructing it from just crossing the wall. And unfortunately, because of the location of our cafe, which is, fun fact, actually a part of our replication of what the actual globe looked like. So there were actually places to go in these sides of the globe. So there's a reason it's here, other than us thinking that there should be snacks. And so basically, because of its presence, shall we say, it was not easy to just replicate our stairs. But I think this is gonna work. Look at that! Look at that! Ooh la la! Okay. Oh look, Bonks, you made it through. Hello, Bonks. Of course, the fun thing about making stairs like these is that the next step, of course, which Bonks, I may enlist you for this, is putting barriers.
On barrier duty.
Fun fact, because I'm not sure if we mentioned this, and I've realized we're assuming that this is common knowledge, and we shouldn't. Barriers are a type of block that you can use in Minecraft. They are in the type of work we do as counselors, they are your best friend. Barrier blocks are blocks that are invisible unless you are holding one of them. So actually, yeah, Seneca is currently displaying some. So while you're holding a barrier, it looks like a big red no sign. But if you switch to something else, the barriers will disappear and become invisible. And they are invisible for our campers, and our barriers are basically something that we have and keep around our server to prevent our campers from, for example, we've got floating platforms to prevent them from falling off said floating platforms, to make sure that they stay within the areas that they are meant to be in for our classes and things like that. Just generally to make sure that there are no mishaps. Barriers are our best friends. So with a staircase like this, which would, if it was built in the real world, I think the term would be precarious.
Not OSHA safe.
Really is not. We are OSHA safe. Note that we are undergoing heavy construction. We are all wearing hard hats and work boots. We are safe and sound on our server, but we do need to ensure that our campers, once they arrive, will also be safe to run up and down these stairs as they please.
Yes. Fun fact about me.
About OSHA.
Fun Seneca fact.
Fun Seneca fact. I am actually OSHA certified, so I'm the OSHA representative for this dev team.
You heard it here, folks. This is an OSHA certified server.
This is OSHA certified.
Not sure if the other dev teams can say that.
Yeah,
but I think it's so funny. I think it's really funny. They can go, "Oh, you built the server? Yeah, it's OSHA certified." What? I think that's a fun fact if I've ever heard one.
It's pretty fun.
So I don't know if you can see Bonks right now, but what the lovely Bonka is doing is, so for some reason Bonks has trouble seeing the barriers. We still haven't figured out why. But what the lovely Bonks is currently doing is she's helping me out by, first of all, by placing barriers, but also I don't know if you were watching when it happened, Bonks is also testing if it's possible to jump on top of the barriers. Because of course the barriers are no longer safe if the campers can simply jump from the stairs onto the barriers and then use the barriers to jump off. So what Bonks is doing is, exactly, so Bonks is testing ways to parkour onto our barriers, because that is what our campers are inevitably going to try to do. So Bonks is basically pre-testing it for us to make sure that they are in fact safe and sound for camper exploration, which is also something that our wonderful playtesters do for us during our playtesting.
Can hide
a entertainingly necessary part of anything we build is testing to make sure that it is, I guess, child-proofed is the best way to describe it.
Yeah. You have to be able to, like, because, you know, another thing about being a counselor, and this just comes with, you know, with the territory, is that, like, you're almost always going to have a class of at least 6, but usually 10 kids. Aiden has at one point had a theater class of 13 kids.
That was a fun week.
Oh boy. And you can't be everywhere at once, so our goal here is to make this the most counselor-friendly server you've ever seen. So
yeah, we've tried to account for basically everything that you can preemptively account for that a camper might do that might be a little stressful for our counselors. We've tried to pre-account for that. Anything in their curriculum that might be a little stressful, we've tried to make it as easy and seamless and stress-free as possible. We've tried to accommodate for different counselors' teaching styles in our curriculum and in our world. That, you know, with our whole pathways, some counselors don't really like using warps or teleporting because it takes too long. So we've accounted for that by making pathways to walk from. We've also still built warps into our server for counselors who don't really like walking from place to place in Minecraft. Seneca showed you our resource room where we keep supplies and advice for our counselors. Blanca, that's terrifying. We keep supplies and advice for our counselors for running this program. Just really our goal here was to do everything we could to make this a easy and seamless program to run, as well as making it fun as possible for our campers and honestly for our counselors as well. Like we want this to be a fun place to be in every way possible. Oh,
I didn't realize that you were Farquaad.
I thought
I was like, is this a weird Mario cosplay?
I thought it was a really bad Mario head.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Oh my
Farquaad.
goodness.
Jeez.
See my aftershave?
Yeah.
That's a look. It's a little glitchy down there.
Oh, I don't know what's happening then. Okay, I'll don't.
It's a little glitchy under your chin. You need to shave, my friend.
Don't worry, I'll just.
Anyways, I think we're in the final 3 to 4 minutes of our stream.
Yeah, I got distracted because
That's all right, but we did. I can't take distracted seriously. Oh my god.
See you on your stream.
Oh no. Oh, it's the worst time to look up at the stream is just concealed Farquaad. But yeah, we've got our second staircase completed.
Awesome.
So look at that. Ooh la la. I think I might actually, I just realized I want this to match. I might replace the dark oak underside of this stair just so they match. Oh no!
Oh no, no.
No one saw that. No one saw that.
I saw it and I didn't like it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I saw
you
it.
didn't say a thing.
Oh my
You
god.
didn't say a thing.
I'm
Oh,
so
bonk.
bothered.
Oh, you side smited bonks. Collateral smite.
Alright, well, would we like to regroup at the library to end off the stream?
Yeah.
Or let me just finish replacing the dark oak with barrier blocks.
Okay.
Thank you for your help, bonk.
Library. Of course, anytime. It'll be 2
Alright.
seconds.
God.
Hello, Shrek.
Oh god.
Where is Fiona?
I'm just gonna. Okay, fine.
Oh, there you are.
There we go.
What?
Wait.
Wait, no,
Oh,
take that.
thank you. Da 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 da.
Oh. So these are like examples of like, as you can see, we're like the cast of Shrek that campers could use during their plays as well.
Correct. If they so desired. You know, talking about that immersive aspect of the. Oh god. It looks so dramatic. The like slow. I think it's the side eye that makes it so funny.
Mother, I'm scared.
Oh,
Well, that concludes our.
well, thank you all so much for coming to our theater dev stream. Actually, Seneca, if you could follow me outside for a sec, I just realized what we should do.
Where did you go?
Or teleport to me.
Okay. Ah!
I wanted to really quick. I think we should go through and show them what the original.
Yes. Yeah, really quickly, we'll
underside.
give you guys a quick tour.
These are the original buildings.
These are the original buildings.
There's actually a room down here that didn't actually make it above ground. There's a classroom. A classroom that Bonka and I built. This was actually on the very first day that we spent on the server. We built this classroom.
Yeah.
That we never ended up using.
Tragically.
But cool little place. The original library before we edited it. The original black box. This is where the Romping Room is. It's encased in all of these sea lanterns right here.
Yes.
So within there is the Romping Room, and there's the original globe. It's quite dark down here.
Yeah, I gave us all night vision.
Because it's underneath the void.
Yes.
Which is a cool looking ceiling. There's the original set building room, and
Here's
then this
my
right here.
Scary Cthulhu son I tried to make.
Seneca attempted to make a sun. It came out looking interesting. And then this right here is where the proscenium is encased. So you can kind of get a feel for the actual scale of the proscenium just by seeing how big the room that it's kept in is.
Yes.
It's not a small undertaking. Where do we want to sign off? Do we want to sign off in the library? We could sign off at the picnic spot.
Let's sign up at the picnic spot. Is that Warp Picnic?
I think it's Warp Picnic. Yeah.
Okay.
The picnic blanket. Let me pull out some snacks.
Oh, excellent.
Beautiful.
Anyone want a whole lemon?
I would love a whole lemon.
Okay, wonderful. I've got a whole lemon just
I have
for you.
Fiona. That's all I can offer.
Fiona's hostage. All right, let me
sorry.
You just ate all of the cake, Bianca.
Sorry.
Oh.
Anyways, I just wanna say thank you to everyone who came and watched our stream. I hope you had a fun time observing our new and hopefully improved theater curriculum and world. We had a great time showing it off to you.
Yes.
Yeah, this has been so many months of work that is accumulated in the creation of this world.
Culminated.
I think we're culminated. What did I say? Did I say accumulated?
Yeah.
I can't word anymore. I was trying to do like a nice outro and
I couldn't let it happen.
I did my best. No, I couldn't let it happen. No, I was so close to perfection and no. My point still remains though, is that a lot's gone into this and we're really feeling happy with how it turned out and we're so glad that we could share it with all of you. And
Yes.
we share our final picnic with
Yes.
you, our
Final
viewers.
picnic. We got
as well.
donuts, we got fruit, we got muffin, ham and cheese.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, alright. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in another stream. Bye bye!
Yeah, bye!